What's up, guys? How you all doing today? All right, just here relaxing after a hard day work, putting food in the ground, molding up, molding up potato. These are cauliflower right here. Man, I was putting in the work today. The weather now start changing up. Yes, we're getting some cold weather in the morning. Right now the weather start changing up, so it makes things a little easier for me. I put some ginger in the ground and the weather kind of scorched them up. If you see this turmeric, but they still have life, so that's a wonderful blessing, man. And as you see here, the broccoli already start pushing out fresh broccoli. And the crazy thing about this is the only plant I put my organic manure super juice around. And look at this thing. Look at it. Bigger than every other plant. Listen, my super juice is working. Yes, guys. So as you see going on in the garden here now, it's a lot of work going on and a lot of food starts sprouting up. Now we're in the spring. So because we're in the spring, the garden's sprouting to life. All the edibles I have under the ground, all the potatoes, you see that's the potatoes there, they start coming up already. These are cauliflower. Very soon these cauliflower are gonna be ready to start pushing out food. Over here we have corn, we have burdock, we have lavender. Man, we have a lot going on here, but this is what's going on right now, guys. The garden is coming to life. Just trying to show you guys, keep showing you guys updates, because this garden, as you all know, this is a natural garden. We don't use any form of chemical in our garden. So hey Jim Mama, what's up? How you doing? Thank you for being here. Yes, yes, guys. So right at this moment, I'm actually here. If you notice, you're gonna see how the soil look fresh around the garden. If you see how the soil, because I was here and I was molding them up, because these are broccoli and they actually getting ready to start produce in a pretty soon. Maybe in another week or two, these gonna be start producing. So just putting it to life, just getting everything going. Because you see, the thing what I do, guys, I try to put my garden in a place that I can, I put in the work now, then in the summertime, I will be just relaxing myself. Basically relaxing and just taking it easy in the summertime, because I already put in the work already. You see, all this is food just lying all over down there. The fruit trees, them is doing amazing as well. If you notice the potato here, as we see these potato start, these are red potato actually. And if you notice, you see they start blossom, start blooming. So what they do, they bloom, then they push out like a little seed or something, and then you know, a few weeks after, you see the leaves start drying, so you know your potato is actually getting to a place to harvest. If you notice over here, this whole bed here is potato, but what happened is they're coming up slowly. They're coming up slowly, but they're actually coming up at the same time. You see, this is a small one coming up right here, but at the end of the day, they're coming up slowly. These potatoes, I planted them last year. I planted these potatoes last year and allow them to go through the winter, and now they're coming up slowly. You see what I'm saying? So this is basically how I do it, guys. I put in like the ground crop, like potato, like carrots, these type of plants. With my type of weather, I can plant them in the winter. And when I plant them in the winter, they start coming up in the spring. You see, in this, if you notice what's going on here, I have corn. I already plant my corns them. I already plant my corns. These are turmeric here. What happened with these turmeric, I bring them out, was testing the weather. And when I bring them out, I test the weather and the scorch of the leaf. But that does not mean that this plant gonna come right back. So even though the leaf is scorched, that doesn't mean the plant gone. The plant gonna spring back because now is springtime. As you can see, if you notice, you're gonna still see, even the leaf is scorched, you're gonna still see life in the body of the plant. Even this one, to the same thing. I bring them out to test them because what I notice happening, when you get up in the morning, it's freezing. But then during the day, it's wonderful. So because of that, the early morning, it frees their leaf, but they still have life. It did not freeze their root. If you notice, these are basically cauliflower I have growing up here. What I see a few of the white flies. I see a few white flies and a couple of my plants. So what I'm going to be doing now, I'm going to be hoping that the buds, because I don't spray them and I don't want to spray them. I have my reason. Now we in the heart of the spring. So what's going to happen is the buds is what's going to come and start eating these flies. And sometimes when the butterfly lay their eggs, the birds come and eat the eggs, or they eat the young one when they're born. So I'm not even worrying about it because I know there's a lot of birds around here that's going to take care of it. But when you start to see white fly could be devastated if you don't have birds around you to clean them. This is why some people turn to other alternatives. I've been putting plants and seed outside to test the weather too. Yes, you have to. You have to, remember, you have to. I do that all the time because you want to test the weather. You don't want to just bring your plants them outside and then the weather scarts them up, and you want to make sure they're able to stand the weather. Guys, let me show you a few tips about planting and gaining success from planting. Now, these are cauliflower, and if you notice these cauliflower, they're pretty young. I start them from seed, which most of everything I do, I start from seed. I start them from seed. But if you notice what I'm doing here, notice what I'm doing. I'm actually bringing soil and put around them. You see how far up the soil is? You see how far up the soil is? Right up to the bottom leaf. Sometimes you could even cover the bottom leaf, but you got to make sure that soil is around them right up. Notice how my plant them looking. The soil is so high around them. This is very important. When you do this, guys, what's going to happen? You actually creating a bigger root system for the plants. The bigger the root system is the better for your plant. Your plant going to get bigger, it's going to stand up stronger, and it's going to produce way more than if you just have them swinging with no soil around them. That's going to make it difficult for them. So if you notice what I'm doing, Look at all of them. The soil is around all of them. You notice what I'm doing? I'm putting the soil. Then I also break the soil. Like for instance, if you dig, you break it up. You break it up because when you break it up, what you're doing, you break it up that the small young white root gonna find themselves pushing through these soft soil. Now, if you leave it like this, and then the sun come and penetrate it, this how it's gonna remain. Then the root gonna be very difficult to go through this. So the best thing to do is break them up, break them up. And this is how you work your soil as well. If you continue doing this to your soil over a period of time, your soil gonna just get soft and moist. Okay? Now, if you notice, the soil is so soft that I can dig my hand down. You see what's going on? You see how far down my hand gone? This is how soft this soil is. So this is important, guys. So now, as you see how soft it is for these plants. So guess what happened? These plants gonna start to push their root, spread out their root. Why? Because the soil is soft. Nothing is stopping them from growing. Now, if you have them clangy like this, it's gonna be very difficult for the plant to push their root through there, so you make sure you break it up. That's the key to success in gardening, to great success. One of the key, all right? Now we're coming over here now. Let me show you what's going on here. This is a broccoli. It's a big, healthy broccoli. Look at it, big and healthy. And if you notice in the head, it starts producing. Now, with this broccoli, this is a tall broccoli tree. If you notice the height of this broccoli, now it's important for the root to be stable in the ground. It's important for the root to be stable in the ground. Because when these broccoli start producing broccoli, the root, the stem, everything got to be strong. Because if it ain't strong, they will break the tree. And you don't want that. So you're supposed to be down here. Make sure you're creating a way for these roots continue spreading. So the more they spread, the stronger the plants get. Okay? The more roots spread, the stronger the plants get. So now if you notice again, let me show you something. My hands could go down, 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 down. Because you know why? Because I keep breaking it up and I keep maintaining the softness. Now what's gonna happen? This plant's gonna just get bigger, bigger and produce more. Please stay tuned for more of these videos because I'm gonna be showing you guys all the updates of these plants. Alright, I'm gonna be showing you the update. Right now I'm showing you how I get them to be so healthy. And guys, like I keep mentioning, I don't use any kind, no form of chemical in my garden. Everything I grow is natural, and as you can see, if you notice, look what's going on here. Everything is just looking healthy. So you could do it. And I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna give you an idea. Again, I did many videos showing what I use at all times. Now, this is what I use in my garden. You see, that's a pepper tree I have growing there. That's a pepper. And this is what I'm gonna be using and put around the pepper and add soil around it. So this gonna be breaking down. While it breaking down, it feeding the pepper plant. All right. I'm also looking forward to grow 7 to 8 foot pepper tree this year. So stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Man, these stripe is just beautiful. Look at the color of these things, man. Just beautiful. But yes, guys, this is a spring garden update I'm giving you guys. I have a lot of work still to do. I have some of my raised bed I gotta repair, but I'm gonna do that. Right now, my focus is putting food in the ground. That's my focus. After I get the food in the ground, then I'm gonna be focusing on start repairing my raised bed because we in spring. We in spring. So now I'm trying to get as much food as possible in the ground. Let me show you over here. I'm just showing you brassica today. Over here, let me tell you something about this area here. This area, if you notice, we have cauliflower and they start picking up now. But if you notice over here, look up there, and what you're gonna see the trees. The trees was basically sheltering these plants so they wasn't getting the full sunlight that they need. Okay? They wasn't getting the full sunlight. So what I did, I start walking on their root. When I say I start walking on their root, what I start doing, I start coming and I start softening up their root. So even though they wasn't getting enough sun, light, I was make sure they get enough air goes through their roots. So what I did, I make sure I come and I soften up the root, I soften up the soil around them. Look how they start transforming themselves now, even though they're not getting too much sun. So even though plants love sun, we know plants love sun, but brassica don't love too much sun. So you could plant brassica in a shaded area. You just got to make sure that you come from time to time and you soften the soil around their root, and in that form that could help them. You know, because they don't like heat. Brassica do not like hot sun. I'm telling you now. But so you could plant them in shaded area, but you got to make sure you come and walk on the soil. And what happened to this year, I'm actually waiting for the weather. Well, right now the weather start getting better. The weather start getting better and lots of the food in the ground now start pushing up. So they start looking better and better and everything start looking green and beautiful. And we spring now begin. We still in April. By the time May, June, this gonna be a whole different situation going on up inside there. So this video is basically to give an update. Because I'm giving update weekly. Every week I wanna do a live from this garden, giving you the guys the update on what I'm doing, the progress. And as you can see right now, you're seeing the progress. But if you notice all over here, we still have a lot happening over here. What happened over here, we have a lot of edos plant. But if you notice now, the edos start coming up now. So this is what I'm saying, guys. You mightn't see the ground full of food yet, but the food is under the ground. Now the spring, look, another edo coming up here. This is an edo. So now the spring is coming, we start seeing the edos coming out of the ground, which is beautiful. Okay? Look at the next one right here. This is our next edo. Look more coming up here. So yes, The spring is actually in action, all right? Yes, and this is my grapes. This is one of my grapes. And if you notice, my grapes already start pushing out blossom right at this moment. Look how, they're looking fresh and green. All right, so now what I'm doing now, if you notice what's going on, I'm bringing it from here. Now I put a string come over here. I add a string. So now I'm gonna bring it from here and I'm gonna be just running it. So within this year, it might get to this post. So every year I'm gonna add an addition to this and just take it wherever I wanna take it. Okay? This is what I feed my fruit trees with, guys. As you see, I put logs around them. I put these leaves around them. And this is actually what I feed them with. And if you notice here, you're gonna see I already start getting apple. If you notice, apple is coming already. So this is what's going on, guys. This is just an update from Planter Garden TV, showing you guys what's going on. So stay tuned, because every week I'm looking forward to give you guys an update from this garden every week. So don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that notification bell, so every time I upload a video, you will be notified, because you will love to see this organic garden in action. All right? These over here is what I have yam growing. This is actually yam growing. So yes, guys, thank you guys as always. I appreciate each and every one. Thank you guys for all the support. And guys, don't forget, your video for the Planter Herb Garden Challenge is, next upload is the 25th. All right, so thank you guys. Appreciate you all. Peace, love, and blessing to each and every one of you. Happy gardening. Peace.